jumping back to the PACT Act.
Yes.
And we've talked a bunch about this as well. You've promised that VA is going to be able to handle the surge in cases, that we've got the surge in benefits claims.
Yes.
We've seen the screening. We've
Yep.
seen all of this. That's all immediate addressing folks who are coming in, folks
Yes.
who are going to be responding to this. What in the legislation and what are you putting in place now for the next Agent Orange, for the next burn pits, for the next unknown illness that's going to come up, so that the next generation of veterans, likely after we're all not doing this anymore,
Right.
so that they don't have to have the same extended 10-year, 15-year fight in order to get that recognized. Can
Yep.
you do that? Can you put systems in place now so that we don't see those same frustrations and heartbreaking stories that have to lead to a PACT Act being passed?
Yeah. The thing that we're really focused on as it relates to implementation of this new law that's designed to ensure that anybody exposed to toxins gets care and the benefits that they need. The thing we're really trying to manifest is that VA should, there should be many front doors into VA, meaning wherever that veteran comes into care or comes into benefits, or if that veteran goes in and sees, I'm going to meet with the Arizona State Veterans Director later this afternoon. That veteran goes in and sees her in Phoenix at the state level, that we're connected between the state of Arizona and big VA, such that wherever that veteran enters, she gets the care that she needs, she gets the benefits that she's earned. That's the way, ultimately, we're going to be in a position to know that a veteran doesn't have to advocate for himself, that some condition he's experiencing is from his service. When that we operate not as independent silos, but we operate as an enterprise, such that when veterans come into our care at VHA and they're showing a propensity to asthma, that it's we who say to VBA, VHA says to VBA, this looks like an issue, which is why we've established this now, and it's been affirmed in the bill, in the law, a very aggressive process by which we are constantly looking at what conditions our veterans are suffering from. We're using that data, including prosecuting it using artificial intelligence and other big data tools, to make sure that we understand where it's all manifesting so that we can react when we see something develop. That's got to be the goal for us. Because until now, too often it's a veteran, or, as I said the other day, a journalist like Kelly Kennedy or like Leo Shane, who's reporting about what veterans are experiencing before we're reacting. We should be the ones who are the number one advocate for the vets. And I believe, because of the way we're structuring ourselves to be veteran-centric, because of the tools we have from Congress in this new law to include our Burn Pit Center of Excellence, and when we get the trust of veterans to come enroll with us. Because when we have all those vets enrolled with us, then we have the data about what vets are experiencing. Then we will be vets' best advocates, rather than making vets, or increasingly, Leo, spouses or caregivers, make them be their best advocates. Right? That's our challenge, which is how do we become the best advocates for vets?
Related to that, an issue of trust, an issue of how things are moving forward, the electronic health records.
Yes.
Again, covered a lot of the delays here, covered a lot of the
Yes.
problems. Is there any thought in your mind at this point of cutting bait and moving on? Are we at a point where there have been too many delays and too many problems with this to say that this is just sunk money? Because that's what we're starting to hear from Capitol Hill, is that this project may not have any future. Is there a point where we get to that, and are you are you even contemplating that right now?
Like we're a data-driven operation here, right? And if we get to that point, it's going to be because what we learn from the data rather than what I learned from my emotion,
Okay.
right? There have been many times in this office where I get very emotional about this. I get really pissed off, to be mildly crude, because this is a massive investment of taxpayer resource, and the program and the technology is not living up to the billing. Our vets deserve better. But this is not going to be a decision that I arrive at through my emotion, which sometimes can get the best of me, but rather through this question I keep coming back to, which is the veteran experience, the veteran at the center, and then data out of that. And if it's not working for vets, we're not going to do it, right? But we're also not just going to throw it away because we get tired. We're going to stay on this thing to make it work because the idea is so profoundly in the national interest. But if it's not workable, we're not going to just spin our wheels.